folks like me going to jail, then so be it. If it means our union being fined, then so be it. We're looking for a solution here. Our members want a solution here, but that solution has to be found at a bargaining table.
That is the president of the Canadian Union of Public Employees. He is reacting to a back-to-work order on 10,000 striking Air Canada flight attendants. Today, the Canada Industrial Relations Board ruled the job action unlawful and demanded the union order its members back to work. Flight attendants walked off the job over the weekend, grounding all Air Canada mainline and Rouge flights. Travel plans for hundreds of thousands of people are now cancelled or delayed. The CBC's Mark Carcassol is following the latest for us and joins us now. So, Mark, as always, thank you for being here on this, on such a busy day, but we know you're keeping an eye on all of these developments. Where do things stand?
Yeah, Hillary, if things had gone by the airline's plan, Air Canada might have been back up to some semblance of operation at some point. Not 100%, but there might have been planes flying. That was the plan when initially workers were ordered back to their jobs as of 2 p.m. Eastern time yesterday. That didn't happen. There they were out on the picket lines again. It also didn't happen when they were supposed to be back on the job after this Canadian Industrial Relations Board order as of noon Eastern time today. And you heard the national president of CUPE there making it clear it's not going to happen. They want this resolved at the bargaining table, regardless of the penalties that he may face. And they could face a lot for disregarding and disobeying a Canadian Industrial Relations Board ruling. Everything up to heavy fines to the union and jail time for some of its leadership. But he says that just doesn't matter to him.
We're going to stay committed to making sure that those workers can do the job that they love doing and actually be able to afford a roof over their heads, to afford caring for their families. And if it means folks like me going to jail, then so be it. If it means our union being fined, then so be it. We're looking for a solution here. Our members want a solution here, but that solution has to be found at a bargaining table.
Now, here's a segment of the decision by the CIRB ruling them back to work and declaring the union's actions illegal. Quote, the union and its officers are ordered to immediately cease all activities that declare or authorize an unlawful strike of its members and to direct the members of the bargaining unit to resume the performance of their duties. They were supposed to do that as of a little over 2 hours ago. That didn't happen. The decision goes on to say that they would just roll over their current collective agreement until a new deal is struck, and that 4 days from now, they would meet Air Canada, the union, and the board to start the process of arbitration. But again, that's not going to happen. The union is not going to play along. They plan to file an injunction at some point in the day to block enforcement of the CIRB's decision. They are telling workers not to communicate with work, stand firm, stay united. Quote, they cannot terminate us all, is what one of the local presidents said in a Facebook posting. Now, we've seen back to work orders happen before, and most times unions have gone along with them. It's relatively rare for unions to fight them to this extreme, but Barry Eidlin, who's an expert in this from McGill University, says this is basically the fight for unions, not just CUPE, but unions across Canada now.
For Canadian labor, this is an existential crisis. If the government is continually allowed to use Section 107 to basically send an email to the Canada Industrial Relations Board and order workers back to work against their will, that means that there's no meaningful right to strike left in Canada.
Obviously, the main sticking point here is wages. For Air Canada's part, they're taking a monetary hit, too, because they haven't been operating now for, 2.5 days. And so of all the flights grounded, 700 a day, they're saying it has now affected about 500,000 people who've had to change their plans.
An incredible amount. Okay. Mark, thank you for this. We know that you will continue to monitor any developments for us on that front.
Of course.
CBC's Mark Carcassol.